So, Jorge, tell us how this royalty business really works and what business owners have to do to benefit. Well, Roger, it is really pretty simple. A company seeking financing sells an investor a percentage of the company revenue for an agreed number of years, instead of trying to sell the investor an ownership interests in the company. How does that work? What happens if the company doesn't generate the revenues they thought and told the investor they believed they would? Several things could happen, all depending on the terms of the royalty. Of course, unless there are some other provisions, lesser than expected revenues mean lower than expected royalty payments. Is it possible the investor could lose money? Of course, it is. If the royalty payments received do not, at least, match the amount paid for the royalty, the investor would lose. I understand that you have just received a US patent on your approach to using royalties. Is that correct? Yes, on October 12, 2010 we received our patent, with most of the claims allowed. So, in your proprietary process, how do you prevent or lessen the possibility of loss to the investor? One of the ways could be for the company issuing the royalty to transfer to a trustee or some other mutually agreed party all of the company's intellectual property. That party would then grant the company an exclusive, international, cost-free license to use the intellectual property for so long as the company was paying royalties as agreed. So if the company didn't do as they had expected AMD agreed to do, the agent of the investor would be free to use the intellectual property in the best interest of the investor. Is that the idea? Yes. If the company failed and was to be reorganized, the reorganizers would maturely want to have the use of the intellectual property, and the agent would relicense the use of the intellectual property to the new company in return for a continuation of the royalty. That's pretty interesting. I assume the agent or trustee could also at that point simply sell the IP and return the monies received to the investor. Yes, that could happen. What other things could an investor in royalties do to protect their assets? Well, of course, there is always the possibility of the investor requiring someone to guarantee some aspect of the company's performance. Okay. What are the steps necessary for a company to sell a royalty to an investor? First, the investor has to be convinced the amount of money the company is seeking is realistic in terms of the investor's appraisal of the future revenue-producing ability of the company. Also, the investor has to believe the company is raising sufficient money to assure its survival, especially as everything takes longer and costs more than originally anticipated. What's next? The second item is the need for an agreement as to the percentage amount of the royalty, in order to give the investor the rate of return necessary to make the deal attractive to him. In most cases, the investor is going to want to receive a full return of the amount used in the purchase over the course of about 5 years. That means the investor isn't earning any profit until he gets his money back? Correct. The royalty investor is taking a longer-term view of the company's ability to generate sufficient revenues to make it a good deal. They take the longer view. What's the third decision point? The maturity of the financial instrument or number of years the company has to pay royalties must be agreed upon. The shorter the royalty payment period, the higher the royalties have to be to justify the risk being taken in purchasing the royalty. And what is the fourth thing the company and the investor have to agree on? We've already discussed this a bit. It is the general terms necessary to give the investor sufficient comfort and confidence that the risk of the investment has been mitigated, if not removed. Investors in early-stage companies have become quite risk-averse due to the poor investment results frequently experienced. That's one of the reasons why royalties are being found an attractive way of participating in the growth of companies. What is your ultimate goal and objective? If royalties were traded on exchanges, the buyers of royalties from companies would naturally accept a lower percentage of revenues, as they would have liquidity, which they do not in the current normal course of events. Can't the owner of a royalty sell it whenever he wants, and for whatever amount he chooses? Sure they can if, and it is a big if they can find a buyer. With an exchange, and it certainly can be an electronic exchange, operating on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week basis, all of the parties involved would benefit. The companies could sell royalties for a lesser percentage of revenues, the buyers would have liquidity, and the exchanges, brokers, and investment bankers would all have greater volume and profits. Sounds sensible. What's the holdup? Well, though royalties are not new, our approach to using them is, and the exchange community is pretty conservative. It's all going to happen as it is logical and sensible, as you suggest, but it will take time. What's the next step in the development of your royalty approach? Probably the formation of royalty income funds, similar to real estate investment trusts. Presently, we are in contact with 3 Wall Street groups considering the creation of royalty income funds. How will they operate? Differently. One of them is a fund which will be distributed in the Middle East, taking advantage of the fact that we have already received a fatwa decreeing the approach we have developed as Sharia compliant. Another is a fund being developed with specific state pension funds in mind. It is possible this fund will probably only purchase royalties from companies in the state or even only from companies in specific areas in the state. The fact that pension funds will be the owners of the shares is interesting as they will receive the royalty income without having to pay federal taxes on the income. What's the third group looking to do? Their idea is similar to the second group, except that they expect to use their relationship with some of the sovereign wealth funds to invest in royalties coming from companies in countries and regions of specific interest to the fund investors. Thanks for taking the time to explain this new and exciting financial industry development. How can people learn more about it? Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. Those interested can email financier@pobox.com or call 858-793-7100, which is in Southern California.